10 Deep Financial Secrets from 50 Books on Money. Now you might be wondering, more than 50 books? Actually, yes, we did the hard work. So, you don't have to do that. In this video, we'll do it. 10 amazing secrets about money revealed. That's the way you think about finances. Think that this money secret will change it. The financial game turned upside down. 1. Creates your own happiness. Creating your own happiness is something I've come to believe in more and more over time. And even more when it comes to achieving financial success in life. Often, what people call happiness is actually the result of taking a lot of actions. The key here is that the more actions you take, the higher your chances. To be lucky, people who take action tend to be happier because, in essence, they create their own happiness. The lesson encouraged me to do many things. Try things out and accept the fact that most of them won't work. Working, I realized it's normal to be wrong most of the time and still find success. For example, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. It took thousands of experiments for this, which means he made a lot of mistakes. But those successes made him even the legendary investor Warren Buffett understood that from the hundreds of companies he owns, he only makes significant profits from about 10. So the point is that it's okay if many things don't turn out as planned. Sometimes, you just have that brilliant idea, a book, a phrase, a person, or a video to change your life. People outside might think that you were just lucky, but what they don't see is that you've probably connected with over 50 people, or tried many different things before finding that success in. Basically, you created your own happiness. For me, the most important lesson is not to live below your means. This advice comes from a book by Robert Kiyosaki called Second Chance. Kiyosaki criticizes traditional financial planners' advice, which emphasizes saving money and sacrificing the things you like. Kiyosaki proposes a different approach. He asks, why not discover how to earn more money so you can afford the things you want? Saving costs, according to him, can be demotivating. Nobody wakes up in the morning enthusiastically saying, save costs here and there so I always have extra dollars. Focus on earning more, and instead of saying, I can't afford it, start saying, how can I afford it? This advice made sense to me when I was young, for 2 reasons. First, I realized there's a limit to how much you can save on expenses. You can't keep saving forever. Second, I understood that my most valuable assets are my time and energy. I could spend my energy trying to save a little money, or I could use that energy to make much more money. The path to making more money involves solving small problems. Personal problems like obtaining funding, knowledge, or building self-confidence while tackling bigger and bigger problems. Each time you solve a problem, you level up and new challenges appear in your path. The more problems you solve, the smarter you become and the more money you make. On the other hand, if you have money problems and just focus on saving costs, you'll probably end up with less money over time. 3. Understand the rules of money before trying to earn it. Many people hesitate to follow the rules of money because they believe money is complex. If you feel this way, don't blame yourself. There's a reason behind this confusion. You see, a lot of money moves in Wall Street and in the financial world. deliberately making it seem super complicated and confusing. Think about it. Who benefits the most if you feel like you have no control over your financial future? People like stockbrokers, financial advisors, and banks. Banks are happy to take your money and give you a little interest, while they use your money to buy safe investments like government bonds that give them a higher interest yield, making more money with your money without much risk. It sounds unfair, but they are just playing by the rules, and you can do it too. Now, you understand those rules better. This is the most important point to understand about money. In reality, it's not complicated. It's made complicated by those who benefit from your lack of knowledge. So, take some time to let that sink in. It will make you feel frustrated at first. You want that, but then decide to change the game by committing to learning how to make money. Think big. It's about asking ambitious goals that inspire you and stepping out of your comfort zone. Think of people like Elon Musk, who wants to settle on Mars with SpaceX, or Steve Jobs, who changed the world with Apple. These people show us how having big dreams can be a small and powerful dream. Small thinkers only see what's right in front of them, while big thinkers see possibilities that go far beyond the present moment. Take the example of an old house. A small thinker might estimate it's worth only $20,000. But a big thinker sees the untapped potential, the complete renovation and improvements, the resale value of $80,000. Most people are reluctant to think expansively and thus limit their aspiration. But thinking big is just the beginning. If you set your GPS destination, let's say you make $3,000 a month, and you set a big goal to make $20,000. This goal will change the way you earn. You'll behave differently, read other books, watch different videos, and maybe even say no to some things. Thinking big in some things leads to doing great things, and that's how you achieve great results. Some people think the opposite and say, "Give me $20,000 a month, and then I'll pretend to be someone who earns a lot." But that's not how it works. First, you have to become the person who earns $20,000 a month. Only then do you start to see those big results. And you can't do that if you don't allow yourself to dream big. Many of us believe that our jobs sustain our lives. But in reality, our jobs are our whole life. We spend over 35 to 40 years working and thinking about work. I believe the reason we work is to make money. Thinking big is a challenge when you work for someone who uses you to achieve their goals. Sometimes, you need to think big and step away from such situations. 5. What is the worst that can happen? This valuable lesson comes not from a financial book, but from a personal development book, like Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. The lesson is simple, but powerful in the case of financial concerns. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? This approach has proven effective in my own experiences. When investing or doing business, think about it. Many of our worries are related to money. What if a business idea fails? What if an investment leads to a total loss? These types of thoughts can really stress you out. The key is to ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen?